Alright, trying something new here. Follow my process as I'm writing a new song from start to finish. Let's see if we could do it in a day. So the idea for this one, I kind of want to mix two different Black Keys songs together, use the beat from an early Black Keys Brothers album song, and then one from a newer album. Just have fun with it. So the first song is going to be the only one off Brothers, so it goes that sort of thing. And the next one is off of their newest album, Ohio Players, Don't Let Me Go. The chorus, I like this. That part. Boom, boom, boom. Anyways, gonna give that a shot. We'll see. So first step is making a cool drum beat, and I just, just do it MIDI just to get things started, and then I tweak things. Usually I come up with one half of like a 2 or 4 bar beat here, and then I double it and then tweak the second half, because you want it to sound human and you don't want it to sound too robotic. And if it's too short and repeated, then it sounds monotonous, but then you make something longer and then it feels more natural, and it sounds kind of like this. Might tweak it a little bit more, but that's kind of the gist of it for now. All right, now that I've got this going, I separated the snare from the kick tracks, and then I'm going to duplicate the snare bits with clapping. I'm recording onto my Art C3 microphone in Omni just because it sounds so cool. So yeah, here we go. All right, so now with the claps, it should sound like this. Ooh, turn the volume up. I layered 3 different tracks over top of them. And as you can see, there's a little bit of editing here. It's because I suck and can't clap in time. It's how she goes, musician problems. But anyways, a little bit more tweaking. 3 tracks of clapping makes it sound like more people clapping, so there you go. Next step, I will show you in a second. So the way I'm doing this project is I'm doing percussion and then bass and blah, blah, blah. So for the percussion, I've got like a little set of tracks here already ready, so I know what I'm doing next. Yeah, 2 shakers, 2 tracks of tambourine, 2 conga, or a conga thing, and a little vocalizy or clave thing if it sounds good in there. So this is my blueprint for what I'm doing next. I'm probably going to do either the shakers or the tambourine next, just because those usually feel good to add in. Anyways, I'll show you what that looks like in a second. Now for the last little bit of percussion, I usually look for like a little clave thing, and whatever I got around, I hit with this drumstick. And today it's going to be an empty whiskey glass. Looking forward to it. All right, and then the last little bit of secret sauce for this album is I'm duplicating the kick drum bits with a pitch down conga, so it makes it sound like a real kick drum, makes it sound kind of cool. So I'm going to put that in there and I'll show you what that sounds like. All right, this is what it sounds like before I pitch it down. Just solo that for you. All right, and then I just go pitch, there, and I do it to an octave and to F, so like to fourth or whatever. Pitch it down, and then it kind of sounds cool. With the anyways, just a little extra something there. And then once you've done all that, it should sound like this. And now, remember at the beginning of the video, I said I was going to mix it with another Black Keys song. So I'm going to, this is what the groove will sound like. And so on and so forth. I'm going to do that whole process I just did with this sort of feel on it. And I'll show you what that sounds like once it's done. All right, here it is, the second part. Now the next part is bass guitar. Ooh. All right, and for bass on this album, what I'm using is my trusty old Gibson SG bass from my Gibson block years, my tribute to Jack Bruce sort of stuff. It's going into my bass amp, which is DIing out into, I've got a little 2 preamp here, but also what I'm doing is the head isn't going to this cabinet. It's going out through this cable, blah, 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 into this Randall isolation cabinet. So I'm miking it up. I've got like a kick drum mic in there, AKG something. And so I'm using a combination of a mic and a DI for my bass sound. And I think I'm going to use a little bit of drive on this one, give it a little bit of grit. So I'll show you what that's like. Slap at the bass time. Do something on the track with that. Anyway, so I got that, and this is usually in the bass part areas where I come up with the form of the song. So I've already got the like verse, chorus, solo, verse, chorus, solo out. I'm kind of doing like a, you know how when Cream live would just jam out on the A of the last song, last bit of Sunshine of Your Love. Dun, 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 dun. Anyways, so that's the arrangement of the song. And now what's next is putting guitars and the Vox over top. So yeah, there you go. Get her done, buds. So now for the guitar parts, what I've been doing, I'm using my good old custom craft, vintage style, going into both of my amps here. I've got my Magnetone and I've got my Marshall amp. I'm miking them both. This will be all covered up with blankets here just because I don't want to bug the neighbors all that much. And then I'm going into my pedal board here. I got a couple extra pedals. I'll figure out something, but that's the setup. Okay, and here's the final idea I got for sound. I'm going into my AB box, and one is going into my main pedal board, which is going into my Marshall. And then the other one is going into this one made by my old manager at Long McQuaid there, Calvin, and it's going into my Marshall for extra Marshall goodness. And you can see all the blankets there, and it sounds cool. So yeah, I'll show you that in a sec. All right, so keeping on with the Cream theme, I did like a Eric Clapton-y sort of guitar part for the rhythm bits here, and I recorded a solo and all that good stuff, so I'll show you what that sounds like here. Tried to go a little like Thin Lizzy meets Ty Segall meets Cream on that chorus bit there. So, and I'll show you what the solo sounds like in a second here. Now the next thing I add on this album is the Vox Continental. I just bought the Arturia plugin, so I add some of that onto it. It'll be fun. Organ time. Check it out. There you go. That'll be it for today. I've pretty much finished the song for what I wanted to do. I'll explain more in a second. Yeah, so I've been recording this album. It's like a rock album that I've wanted to do for a very long time, and it's right now I've got everything recorded besides the vocals. I'm waiting to buy a new microphone so I can play around with that for the vocal bits. But I hope you enjoyed following me on this this recording process that I've done today for getting everything ready for the vocal bits when I get the microphone. So song done in a day, kind of. There you go. Got her done, get her done. But get her done.